Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rekah HaKodash. Shalom, salutations, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn 100% true from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Double honors also and shalom to the elder bishops of Great Millstone, where I continue to listen and learn this 100% true from. Shalom also to the elders and the prophets, the teachers and evangelists, who are also listen and study and learn from Great Millstone, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham. And last but not least, shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. And I'm not gonna make this long. I just got a couple of videos I'm gonna play. That Ebo is they trying to warn you, but they not trying to warn you that it's spreading and it's moving, and it's gonna be coming to us real soon. And when I say us, I mean the shores of Babylon, shores of America. So get yourselves prepared, man. And what I mean by getting yourself prepared is staying prayed up, praying to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to ask him to cover you as I am. And I hope others are as well. I know others are, but it's only a short, a small amount, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not playing. He's actually the ones in control of this Ebo. So it's all about where he wants it to go. So praying that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai continue to have mercy on me and my family, because that Ebo's gonna be here real soon, man. So let me let the video play, and I got one more, and we're gonna go from there.
This morning, the World Health Organization sounding the alarm, calling the growing Ebola outbreak in Central Africa deeply worrisome. There are now nearly 750 suspected cases, including 177 suspected deaths in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The UN Health Agency upgrading its risk assessment for the spread in the country to very high. Here in the U.S., the CDC is responding, set to deploy 7 experts from Atlanta to the region to help contain the outbreak. And now, new restrictions for passengers bound for
those 7 are going to come back with it and bring it out here. It's going to, man.
The U.S. from Ebola-ridden hotspots in Africa.
Our number one thing has to be, we can't have it affect the United States. We can't have Ebola cases coming here.
The Department of Homeland
When Esau's tell you one thing, expect the entire opposite of it.
Security announcing all flights with passengers, including U.S. citizens who are in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, and Uganda within 21 days, must land at Washington Dulles Airport, where enhanced public health measures are taking place. U.S. officials saying the risk of Ebola to the general public remains very low. Yeah, this morning, DHS has added Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport and also Houston's George Bush International for enhanced screening efforts. And also that American doctor who came in contact with a patient infected with Ebola in Uganda, now transferred to a hospital in the Czech Republic out of caution. The hospital says he is not showing any symptoms. This morning...
Let me get the next video.
World Health Organization is...
All right, Salaki, let's get this next video.
The head of the World Health Organization is warning about the scale and speed of a growing Ebola outbreak in eastern Congo. At least 134 people are suspected to have died from the disease, with more than 500 cases tied to the rare strain. The virus spread undetected for weeks after early tests for more common Ebola strains came back negative. There are no approved vaccines or treatments for this strain, but experimental doses are expected from the U.S. and Britain. So how prepared is the U.S. to handle this version of Ebola should it breach our borders? Sarah Schulte talks with local infectious disease experts in a story that's new at 5.
The World Health Organization is warning the world about a growing Ebola outbreak. It is a disease without a vaccine, but local infectious disease experts are confident the United States has the infrastructure in place to control it from coming into the United States. Rush University Medical Center and Lurie Children's Hospital have been designated as elite special pathogen treatment centers for potential Ebola cases in Illinois. So far, the outbreak that has killed dozens of people has not reached U.S. soil.
I think one of the main reasons this is a outbreak of international concern is because it has crossed borders. It has reached large urban centers.
The Ebola outbreak is spreading quickly in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda. It is a severe and often fatal disease that spreads through direct contact with the bodily fluids of an infected person. While an American doctor working in Central Africa is being treated for Ebola, UIC Chief of Infectious Diseases, Dr. Stockton Mayer, says the likelihood of spread to the United States is low.
We've been fairly effective at funneling people that may be at risk for having the disease or may have been potentially exposed or from high-risk areas into certain airports, certain regions.
The Centers for Disease Control is urging doctors to screen for any potential Ebola infections in travelers from the outbreak countries, and non-U.S. passport holders coming from the areas face entry restrictions. Years ago, the U.S. was able to successfully contain Ebola. COVID was different because it's a respiratory virus that spreads more easily. But Dr. Mayer says the experience gained from the pandemic put the scientific community in a better place to deal with future outbreaks.
I think for this particular outbreak in Uganda, if we do see a case, I think we'll be very well prepared.
Meantime, the Illinois Department of Public Health will continue to have discussions with the CDC about screenings at ports of departure from affected countries into the U.S. Sarah?
All right, so this is Jeremiah 28:8, and it reads, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." And this is what is it's just growing. You know, every day now there's a new video about the Ebo, and it's growing. It's moving. They kind of tell you, yeah, well, you know, it's not as easy as contagious as the jump shot, but now it's killing. So you got to be careful about what's going on, because is about to get ahead and let this go full throttle and spread, so he can knock some people off. This is 2nd Esdras 15:5. "Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, and the sword, famine, death, and destruction." So this is what's coming. This is exactly what's coming, man. Hold on 1 minute.
Ebola from 3 to 10. The Centers for Disease.
All right, so this is the third video I got right here.
The Centers for Disease Control has increased the number of countries in Africa at risk for Ebola from 3 to 10. And a third entry point is open for Americans traveling from those high-risk countries back into the United States. Atlanta's airport is now offering enhanced screening along with Houston and Washington's Dulles airports. CBS's Holly Williams has the latest on the virus outbreak.
There is no approved vaccine for this strain of Ebola, and it's spreading in a part of the Democratic Republic of Congo that's plagued by poverty and by violence. This man says his older brother is one of the suspected victims of the deadly virus. International help is arriving, but doctors and nurses are also contending with suspicion and the spread of misinformation about the disease, which has a mortality rate of around 50%. This past week, an angry crowd set fire to part of a hospital in eastern Congo, demanding the body of a young man thought to have died from the virus. The authorities need to ensure safe burial to stop the spread of Ebola, and funeral wakes have been temporarily banned. What must be avoided is picking up rumours and spreading them, said Dr. Abdul Sebu Shishe, who's working with an international NGO to combat the outbreak. Dr. Peter Stafford, an American medical missionary, contracted Ebola while working at a local hospital in eastern Congo. He's now being treated in Germany, weakened but not critically ill. His wife, Dr. Rebecca Stafford, and their 4 young children were also evacuated and have all tested negative for the virus. In eastern Congo, they've set up checkpoints, including this one at the airport, to stop Ebola from travelling. Any passenger who arrives showing signs of Ebola must not board the plane, said Aimé Prosper, because they are someone who could go on to spread the disease elsewhere. The World Health Organization says the risk of this strain of Ebola spreading globally is low. Earlier this week, the US suspended entry for non-American citizens who've been to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda or South Sudan in the preceding 21 days. On Friday, that was extended to green card holders.
This is Jeremiah 14:12, and it reads, "When they fast, I will not hear their cry, and when they offer burnt offering and an oblation, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword and by famine and by the pestilence." Okay, so this is what we got to prepare for, man, because this is what's coming next in the next couple of months. So by what, June, when we about to hit June, about July, August, man. It's look for these things to grow. Look for a shutdown. Look for things to be like how it is in Cuba with no energy. Cuba's about to lose oil. It's about to be a lot of things happening that there's going to be so much happening at one time. Okay, and this is all prophecy.
Ebola affected countries.
All right, Salaki. So now, again, man, I it's not that I hate or like, you know what I'm saying? I'm only just trying to report what's going on. And right now, man, this Ebo is moving fast, man. All right, this Ebo is going to be the new thing that's going to get ready to, man, I could almost see it's going to be, well, not almost see, but I mean, we ain't going to have no lights, we ain't no electricity. It's going to be pestilence. It's going to be a famine happening. It's going to be so much taking place, man. And it going to make no sense. But it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Along with other things, man, it's going to be anarchy in the streets. It's going to be crazy, man.
U.S.-bound flights carrying passengers who have visited Ebola-affected countries in Africa must now land at Washington Dulles International Airport. There, the CDC will conduct enhanced health screenings. Still, experts say with cases soaring in Africa, global spread is still likely. U.S.-bound flights carrying passengers who have visited Ebola-affected countries in Africa must now land at Washington Dulles International Airport. There, the CDC will conduct enhanced health screenings. Still, experts say with cases soaring in Africa, global spread is still likely. U.S.-bound flights carrying passengers who have visited Ebola-affected countries in Africa must now land at Washington Dulles International Airport. There, the CDC will conduct enhanced health screenings. Still, experts say with cases soaring in Africa, global spread is still likely. U.S.-bound flight.
So I just wanted to run that a couple of times because it's warning. It's repetition. It's warning. It's warning. Constant warning to you about what's happening out here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 21. Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The land shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. And it's just what's not just going to happen to the 2/3 of the Israelites, but also to a lot of the heathen nation. Now, understand that there's going to be a remnant, not the elect, but it's going to be a remnant of heathen. And we need heathen to rebreed them so that they can continue to be our slaves and concubines and servants. Okay? That's the only reason the other nations are going to be preserved. Other than that, it's about the elect. Okay? I'll be right to say you edified with the quick lesson, man. Just a warning out there, man. It's going to be crazy out here, man. All right? So with that, I say, call hello, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Radah, Shalom. Salutations and double honors to the elder apostles on down, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.